Okay, so first pillar सकाउनुभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ दुईटा कुरा एउटा भनेको देयर इज अ लिस्ट अफ 1340 पेजको स्याङ्सनको लिस्ट अनि अर्को नाम आउँछ एडभान्स फिजिक ल्याबोरेटरिजको के हो यो दुईटा कम्पनी
You know, you surprise me by saying today is the 15th August, something big happens 53 years ago, and I was surprised. How do you know? Now you are surprising me. What is this advanced physics lab? You know, these are many people may not be familiar with this thing, you know, because it's very special, very specific. There's a book. It is in that book, and this is given in detail. You see, no, we said like I said, no, the system, the World Economic Order, it did very good, and many countries prospered quite well. But the only problem is that, along with the developments that have been taking place in the rest of the world, and their voice and their inputs required to be inserted in the management of these pillars, IMF, World Bank, WTO, that was not being done. So therefore, the World Economic Order as it exists now had to be amended, not resisted with the changes required. There's a little bit of dissatisfaction among other countries, particularly the big economies. This on top of that, and some of the facility that comes together with that institutions, like IMF in this case, for the US as a global currency issuing country, those extra power started to be misused or abused. And they started to be used almost like a weapon. Now, just to give you one example, as you said, what is this advanced APL, Advanced Physics Lab in New York? This was, I think, around 2008, around that time. And the writer, who wrote that book, I forget the name, Dollar or something, he was invited in this APL. And he's a finance specialist. And he goes inside, then suddenly he finds that there was a war strategy being developed. And they were together with that finance guy, and there were many others. Each had their own respective role, and he was given his role. And the whole purpose was for this financial expert was to use non-military knowledge, in this case finance, as a weapon. What physical weapons, the damage done by physical weapons could be visible, could be quantifiable, how many people were dead, killed, or all that. But this financial instrument used as a weapon, but the damage is non-quantifiable and perhaps invisible, because strangulation of the industry, you don't see it, but it is there happening. People losing the job, So his was, suppose in that strategy, now if this military strategy, this angle doesn't work as envisaged, or if we don't want to use that instrument, non-military equipment as a weapon, what can be done from finance in terms of, say, squeezing, or in terms of, say, putting more pressure on the country? Like there's a list of countries under sanctions, right? So not only sanctions or a freeze, or several other ways where you can use finance as a mode of putting pressure on the other side. So this APL that you're asking, and then this guy was being invited in that APL for that role, so that the policymakers can see, okay, so the non-military options also could be as effective or even more effective than military case, depending on situation to situations. That's what APL was done. And you sanction ko case ma pani, apart from this, the list of countries where US has been imposing sanctions for various reasons, starting from human rights violations, the way they see it, or trade practices, or subsidies, or intellectual property rights, or their national security threat, whatever. In multiple names, sanctions are being used on a number of countries, and in many cases for a long period. As a matter of fact, apart from this, they also have a list of what they call specially designated nationals. SDN list, specially designated nationalist list. Your list no पर्यो भने you are finished. यसमा भने यो यसमा परेकोले व्यक्तिहरूले या संस्थाहरूले या देशले हैन देशको लागि सेपरेट छन् हैन व्यक्ति अथवा संस्थाहरू यो लिस्टमा पर्यो भने यो अमेरिकाको कुनै पनि अमेरिकामा त हैन स्याङ्सन र सब स्याङ्सन भनेको डाइरेक्टली त्यो देशलाई सब स्याङ्सन भनेको त्यो मार्फत अरू देशसँग त्यसले गर्न लागेको ट्रेड अथवा कुनै कनेक्सन त्यसलाई त्यसमा पनि स्याङ्सन युज हुन्छ. इन अदर वर्ड्स रसाबाट किनिन तर बेलायतबाट किन्यो भने तर बेलायत र रसाको कुनै रसियन इनपुट पर्यो भने द्याट्स अल्सो इन्क्लुडेड अन्डर स्याङ्सन्स सब स्याङ्सन्स. त्यो एसडिएन लिस्टमा चाहिँ त्यसो जम्मै दिएको छ होइन. अनि त्यसमा पर्यो भने चाहिँ त्यसको अमेरिकन ब्याङ्कमा एकाउन्ट खोल्नु पाएन, त्यो संस्थाले ट्रेड गर्नु पाएन, त्यो संस्थाले कुनै पनि मेनी एक्टिभिटिज दे आर बी डिनाइड अफ. अनि त्यो लिस्ट इज आर यु रेडी? 1340 पन्नाको छ. 1340.
सो यसमा मान्छेहरूको नाम हो कि अर्गनाइजेसनहरूको नाम हो?
दुबई. As for instance, the military advisor of Putin. Oh man, he's finished. नाम संस्था दुनियाँभरको छ त्यसमा कि. I haven't seen the book itself. It's just the reading this. So यसरी त्यो वर्ल्ड इकोनोमिक अर्डरको त्यो व्यवस्था नि फेसिलिटी पनि दिइएको छ कि त्यसबाट कसरी रन गर्ने सिस्टमलाई वर्ल्ड इकोनोमिक अर्डरलाई. तर साथसाथै त्यसलाई कसरी ट्विस्ट गर्न सकिन्छ बाई एब्युजिङ अर मिसयुजिङ, त्यो पनि हुँदाखेरि अलि धेरै देशले चाहिँ लाइक ह्युमन राइटको केसमा त्यो ह्युमन राइट when you talk about the human right, how about human responsibilities? कति देशमा चाहिँ ह्युमन राइट भन्दा पनि ह्युमन रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटीको त्यतिकै इम्पोर्टेन्स दिएको हुनुपर्छ. बिकज इफ यु सिक अथोरिटी यु मस्ट बी प्रिपेयर फर एकाउन्टेबिलिटी. इफ यु वान्ट राइट यु मस्ट बी लायबल टु गिभ रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटिज एज वेल. सो त्यो त वान साइड मात्रै गएर त भएन होइन. फेरि जसलाई तपाईँ ह्युमन राइट्स भन्नुहुन्छ मेरो ह्युमन राइट अर्कै हुनसक्छ. मेरो घरमा चाहिँ इफ मेरो बच्चाबच्चीहरू चाहिँ भोकले सुत्न पाएको छैन, बिरामीलाई औषधि दिनु पाएको छैन, मेरो ह्युमन राइट के त? इट्स नट फर फ्री भोट. आई वुड प्रेफर अ रुफ फर माई चिल्ड्रेन, द फुड फर माई स्टार्भिङ चिल्ड्रेन. भोकाएको बच्चालाई खान, बिरामी भएकोले औषधि, द बेसिक निड त चाहियो नि. द्याट इज माई ह्युमन राइट फर्स्ट. त्यो त्यसैले त्यो अलि दिस इज सब्जेक्ट टु डिस्कसन्स. तर अनफर्चुनेटली यो 1989 को त्यो कोल्ड वार सकिएपछि जब सोभियत युनियन चाहिँ डिजल्भ हो, अनि त्यति बेला स्ट्यानफोर्डको प्रोफेसर फ्रान्सिस फुकुयामा he wrote a paper, then later on he developed that paper into a book, The End of History, Last Man. त्यसमा चाहिँ के भन्यो भने अब होइन रसिया इज फिनिस्ड, अब सारा विश्वमा होइन दिज आर द बिग कोल्ड पावरको चाहिँ जाने चाहिँ टसल भइरहेको थियो. नाउ विथ द्याट गन द मानवको इतिहासमा इन द ह्युमन हिस्ट्री पोलिटिकल एभोल्युसनको यो चरम सीमा हो. प्रजातन्त्र, डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम, लिबरल डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम, द फ्री मार्केट, फ्री स्पिच एन्ड अल द्याट. त्यसैले यहाँ आएर इतिहास टुङ्गिन्छ. This is the end of history.
This is a pinnacle one.
This is the pinnacle and there's no more top, no more or shikhar china. The end of history. That's a very tall claim. And the Americans started to believe. And the readers, and frankly, and America has that to that they are an exceptional country and that they have a mission to carry. That they have, the Statue of Liberty, bring your hungry and poor people to me, that sort of the zeal to convert the rest of the world in its own image.
The moral flag bearer, in a way.
Yeah, flag bearer of the whole humans. But भगवानले एक्सेप्सनै नगरी पनि त्यस्तो चाहिँ I don't know. The optionless, त्यो बाहेक अरू अप्सनै छैन. Even भगवानको त विकल्प छ यार. So it's very difficult to believe that this system has no other alternative. साँच्चै भन्ने हो भने जब अधिकार खोज्दाखेरि त्यसको जिम्मेवारी दायित्व पनि उत्तिकै इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ कि त्यसैले कता कता नि यदि कोही पनि त्यो किशोर विभागले भन्थ्यो क्या त्यसको सिङ्गापुरियन इन्टेलेक्चुअल यदि स्ट्याच्यु अफ लिबर्टी न्युयोर्कमा छ भने let there be statue of responsibility in San Francisco. Yeah, coast to coast. One thing, Sushant, 1997, 47 मा चाहिँ यो UN को ह्युमन राइट्सको डिक्लेरेसन भयो हैन त्यसको 50औं वर्षको सेलिब्रेसन अर कमेमोरेसन हुँदाखेरि 1997 मा and they had a human rights celebration and the ex-chancellor Helmut Kohl and the group, ex-Prime Minister of Canada, Pierre Trudeau, and Malcolm Fraser from Australian Prime Minister, and what's his name? The Russian President. The 1989 happened in his time. The Cold War. What's his name?
Stalin?
No. Cold War सके नि त्यसको anyway.
कोरेको?
Mikhail Gorbachev.
Okay.
Yeah. Gorbachev. All these were there, giving their voice, saying that this is they were drafting the human responsibility, UN Declaration of Human Responsibilities. To me, that would have completed the picture. Right, human right, that's one side of the coin. त्यो टक्काको एक साइड भयो त्यो पैसाको एक कोइनको एक साइड अर्को साइड अफ द कोइन के त रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी दायित्व हैन यु नो व्हाट त्यो ड्राफ्ट गर्न दिएन डिस्कस गर्न दिएन युएनमा द एनजिओज एन्ड सम वेस्टर्न गभर्नमेन्ट्स जुन हामीलाई जसलाई हामी केही महत्त्व दिन्छौँ त्यो जिम्मेवारी साइडमा that was not important for the West. So त्यसले त्यो भ्याल्यु सिस्टम नि हामी त्यसमा चाहिँ फरक छ क्या त्यसैले त्यो एपिएल पनि त्यो एब्युज हुन गएको थियो कि त्यति बेला र अहिले we are where we are now. अब यो भो we are still talking about the first pillar of the World Economic Order, IMF. The second pillar is বিশ্ব Bank. They called it International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, IBRD. This is the दोस्रो स्तम्भ विश्व व्यवस्थाको दोस्रो स्तम्भ यसमा चाहिँ पहिलो स्तम्भमा त्यसले के गर्यो तिनीहरूले those who drafted the rules हैन तिनीहरूले के गर्यो जसले नियम बनायो तिनीहरूको लागि they control the finance part because the whole financial policies कसरी के गर्ने कहाँ गर्ने तिनीहरू control that they did under IMF. अब विकास सम्बन्धी नीतिहरू हुन्छ हैन सब्सिडी दिने नदिने गभर्नमेन्टको रोल कति हुन्छ प्राइभेट सेक्टरलाई कति फ्रिडम दिने मार्केटलाई कति इम्पोर्टेन्स दिने मार्केट बाहेक गभर्नमेन्टले अर्थव्यवस्था चलाउने कि प्राइभेट सेक्टरलाई दिने यी कुराहरू त चाहिन्छ यी जम्मैलाई कन्ट्रोल गर्नलाई डेभलप विश्व ब्याङ्क आइएमएफ फाइनेन्सियल पार्ट विश्व ब्याङ्क डेभलपमेन्ट पार्ट